It's Joe Neely, rocking out my hotel vibe tonight at the Hojo, having a wonderful time. Anyway, I want to talk with you about inner knowing and emotional wisdom. You know when to push and when to hold back. You know when to give yourself space to chill, give yourself space to process emotion, and when to push forward with everything you've got. A lot of us were raised in industrial public schools to work industrial jobs where you show up at a certain time every day and you leave at a certain time every day for your whole life. You clock in, you clock out, and you have to tolerate being there whether you want to be there or not. Whether you're in a mood to do great work or you're in a mood just to skate by. When people became part of an industrial machine, a lot of that stuff just went away. Nowadays, many of us are creatives, information workers, people who contribute their intelligence, their unique way of looking at the world, people who contribute very different things than physical labor or repetitive labor in a factory. When I think of physical labor, I think more of people working on farms. And many of us still do. But our society, our globe, is transitioning to where the work that we do is mental work. It's emotional work. It's understanding our ebbs and flows, knowing that I do this type of work best at this time of day, and I do this type of work best at this time of day. When I'm feeling like this, I gotta take a walk because there's no point in pushing that mood. Let that mood subside on its own. So, a lot more emotional wisdom and self awareness and self management is required from us when we live in a different world. And these aren't skills that you're going to get in a public school, you know. Ultimately, it's the Wild West. We're on the cutting edge of a new world where people who can bring something amazing to the table, people who can give the world something it's never seen before, people who can push the species just a little nudge beyond where it was yesterday. These people can make amazing amounts of money using the internet to quickly affect many, many lives and make a lot of people's lives better in a short amount of time. So we have a new set of heroes. We have a new set of, I don't know, people who accomplish things, people who stand out from the crowd. It's a different set of people who are standing out now than the ones who stood out 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 years ago. So, as you are trying to make your mark on the world, remember to pay attention to how you feel inside. Meditate with yourself, even if it's just for a second. Just going to close my eyes. And I'm going to feel what it feels like to be in my body. I'm not going to stay in my mind all the time. When I'm staring at a screen, typing and teaching and learning and designing, composing, doing all my creative and intellectual work that's information work. When I'm doing all that, I'm hunched over a computer, I'm using my head, my brain, my eyes. I'm not necessarily paying attention to my body. So, do it all the time. Don't make meditation a practice that you do, every Thursday for an hour or something you do the morning or the night. I mean, yeah, you can do that, but ultimately just make it a refuge, not a practice, not something you have to do, but a place that you want to go. A place where you feel good that you can access anywhere, anytime, anywhere. You can simply, just for a second, put all of your thoughts away for a little while. Focus on your body and your breathing. Just be you, be yourself for a little minute, and go back to whatever you were doing without the anxiety, without the stress. Those things might be necessary if you're trying to last through a long shift, you know. But if you're trying to do creative work, if you're trying to do intellectual work, if you're trying to put your mind and your invention at the front of what you do, if you're that kind of person, well, you know what? You need to be centered. If you're trying to live your purpose and have your mission in life, you need to be working from your best feeling place, not forcing yourself to push out another hour of incredibly low quality work. Take a break, come back to it when you're ready. It's a different work ethic. It's a different work style. You know me, I work 7 days a week. I don't know what I would do if I didn't work every day. I would go crazy. But I never put in 8-hour days, you know. Heck, 6-hour days at 7 days a week is 42 hours a week, you know. But I don't count it that way. I count it in results. Results I can control, outputs, things that I can do. That's what I want you to do. Judge yourself not on what other people do, not even on how other people respond to you, but on what you put out into the world. What you put out there is the most important. So let me leave you there. We'll talk again tomorrow. And I love you guys very, very, very much. And I hope that you will remember to come back to yourself again and again and again throughout your workday and listen to yourself, listen to your emotions. Because the new productivity is go all in when you're in your most productive moods and relax when you're stressed. It's not about endurance. It's about brilliance. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.